Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday, October 6th. So, we have now moved into talking about the scientific revolution. You got a little bit of an introduction to this in the video that you watched yesterday. So, this is what we are going to be talking about for the next couple of days. A little bit of a refresher on what you watched in that video. So, the Renaissance, which is what we talked about at the end of last week, encouraged curiosity, investigation, and all these new ways of thinking. And a lot of this kind of new ways of thinking is what inspired the period after the Renaissance called the Scientific Revolution. It was an age of discovery in fields like mathematics, physics, medicine, astronomy, philosophy, all these different fields that kind of overlapped with each other in some ways, and all were kind of doing different things as well. This new scientific thinking, though, also caused a conflict within the traditional teachings of the church, because the church typically taught that the universe centered around the earth because God made it that way. And a lot of what was being discovered during the scientific revolution, such as the heliocentric model of thinking, countered that. So the heliocentric model was the idea that the universe actually revolves around the sun rather than the earth. And that was really threatening to the church because someone was coming along and saying that what they had been teaching might not actually be the case. Just a little more information. So, while the scientific revolution was a really groundbreaking time, people had been experimenting and discovering long before that. But what made the scientific revolution stand out is that it was happening so fast and on a large scale. So, these discoveries were just happening one after another. There was connections across multiple fields. So, scientists working in physics were looking to things happening in mathematics and making those connections to make even more progress in their own fields. It also was not just in Europe. Islamic scholars and Chinese scholars were also doing super important intellectual work, and in some cases, they were doing this work, years before, and it was setting up the systems that were really relied upon during the scientific revolution. So when we talk about the scientific revolution, it is pretty central to Europe and what was happening in Europe at that time. But that is not to say that there wasn't a lot of other work coming out of different areas of the world that really made some of the discoveries during the scientific revolution possible. All right, so your assignment for today is to read the Khan Academy article on the scientific revolution, which is linked on Google Classrooms, and then you're going to be completing the Google form titled The Scientific Revolution. There's links to both of these here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you them really quickly as well. So the article that you are first going to read looks like this. This top part here is kind of just giving you some reading strategies. You don't necessarily have to read through that. Where the actual article starts is right here, where it says the scientific revolution. It's pretty quick. It's an easy read. You're just going to read through it. It gives some really interesting insights onto the scientific revolution. It's a lot more interesting than what your textbook had, so I hope you'll enjoy that. And then the Google form is going to look like this. So you're going to answer a few questions here, just kind of on what you learned in the video yesterday and today, in the article as well. And then you're going to take a look at a couple of visuals here and answer some questions there also. And that is your assignment for today. Looking ahead to tomorrow, you're going to learn about some of the individuals that made major contributions to the scientific revolution. So check Google Classroom for a link to a video like this one where I will explain what's going on for you. There will also be links to a handout and activity for tomorrow. But like I said, for today, your two jobs are to read that Khan Academy article and then fill out the Google form. Good luck. As always, if you need help with any of that, please let me know. Leave a comment on Google Classroom, shoot me an email, and have a great rest of your day.